Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com. I have a last minute add-on I want to share with you before I release this 3.5.3, which by now I think I might just call 4.0 of LaunchFlows. I've been packing some really, really cool, amazing new features in because of all the updates of Gutenberg that keep making this hard to just stop. So I promise you it is coming out now any day. I've said that a couple times already. Here's one of the things I've added. This is a regular product page, but it's now a combination of a product and a checkout. And it's as simple as taking a set of custom design parameters using the existing LaunchFlows components. And what I'm doing is putting them together into one shortcode. And then that could be used either as a shortcode from a block, or it could be used from a pattern. It works either way. As long as you have LaunchFlows installed, you will get exactly what you see here. And all of the components on the page are picking up from the product itself. So the title of the product, the price, the ability to smooth scroll down to the checkout. And you'll notice that this is a product page that has the capability of acting as its own checkout, which is also quite nice. Now, one of the other things that's interesting here is that we can also change the background and the other stuff that, yes, you can do it with blocks from scratch, but it's hard. It's hard to make everything look right. So what I've done instead is just put together a simple shortcode. The shortcode contains all of the DNA to show this particular layout, but it'll have parameters in it. So you can, old school, yes, but say if I want the color to be red and the, button color to be blue. These will be listed in our documentation, but you'll be able to change the essential things you need. Even though technically you could still do that by adjusting the block itself, I found that it's easier just to memorialize it into the shortcode because then it's contained and transportable and it really doesn't rely on you going and setting up your particular blocks. Just put this shortcode either directly in place or just use it from the shortcode library. So I should say from the block library. So if I type LaunchFlows product template, there will be a block that represents each of these initial templates as well. Now, I'm not going to go into the template business, but what I am going to do is provide patterns. Patterns will make it possible for you or anyone else to go to LaunchFlows and other partner sites and just copy the stuff that you like, and it will be ready to work. How does it work? Well, this particular block or shortcode is a compilation of many other components. In other words, I've taken the hard work of what would normally make you lay a bunch of stuff out on the page. I've put it all in one. And why does that make it easy? Well, let's change this around a little bit. If I take this product, and first of all, I just change the general stuff, of course. If I change 250 and I say the title is the widget. Okay. And maybe I want to change some other attributes like the description. And it's easy to change. With just a few changes to the product itself, of course, that stuff gets picked up here. Now, the background is also easy to change because we're just using the normal product image. And so I'll swap it out for something else that's an appropriate size. Now, what I've got is a really, really simple way for you to have a cool look and feel, something that you can have a one-page product with a checkout, smooth scroll, a lot of tough to set up stuff with just one block or one shortcode, and still giving you the ability to do things like change the color. So again, like I promised, if I were to add an attribute in here, color equals red, I would probably use a hexadecimal color, but just to give you a sense, simple enough to do. Now, this will be something that you will be able to use on any client site. You'll be able to go ahead and copy it, paste it into another page, right? If I were to go over here and make a new page or a new product or anything else, I could just go ahead and use it on this site, another site, share it, and so forth. Okay. Now, here's the other neat thing. This was all done to a regular product just by going to LaunchFlows and checking these two buttons. If I were to uncheck these two buttons, you'll see it will be restored to the underlying product. Now, the checkout's gone. The product has all its normal stuff here. The width of this is a little weird, but that's just because I'm using Astra. If I were to do so, if I wanted to restore it all the way, I might choose from Astra not to use full width stretched. Instead, I might use the default or full width contained, and then it would look like you would probably expect from a normal product. And I could also turn on the header. So instead of it being a sales page, I'm good to go. Now, this is what I mean by simplicity. I'm running an Elementor site, but I'm using Gutenberg with short codes. And by simplifying everything down to the basic shortcode level, I have universality. I can take all of the components I want and either organize them at the ready to use in one shortcode level. I can use them on an existing product and turn that into a sales page or a checkout page, or I can make a new, complete, unique thing on a separate page. I can copy it and paste it in my own site, or I can copy it and paste it to another URL. I can go ahead and combine the header and footer of my page builder along with Gutenberg content. And I could keep going on and on and on, but the whole idea is all of this is baked in to LaunchFlows. So LaunchFlows with WooCommerce gives you the ability to turn almost any kind of content into a sales funnel component with no complexity, no framework, no need to sort of sign your name into concrete. And best of all, even if you're not a designer, you will find something, I promise you, either in the world of your favorite page builder, the world of Gutenberg, or in LaunchFlows with either the patterns and things that we've got ourselves or through partnerships or through, again, what I was hinting at that's going to launch out, the ability for anybody to contribute and add to the library, kind of like Dribble does, where if you want to get some attention for your design skills, no problem. You'll notice that this works nicely even when it's not in the full width mode. Kind of looks cool, looks like a movie poster. And this is just one of several design ideas. Let's go ahead and change this to removing the header and switching it to full width stretched again. And just as simple as that, I've restored this to what it's supposed to be. And I can change the color and do whatever I want to do. I use lots of free tools to identify colors, but you can get your hexadecimals this way. This is kind of nice too. So it depends on your preference, but you might go ahead and do something like this. And we'll change the color to a hex. Make sure you put the hexadecimal symbol there. And that's it. So LaunchFlows, this new update is including a whole slew of new components that'll allow you to customize the individual product layouts. So even if you don't want to just use the ready-made thing, you'll be able to choose from this entire library that I was just showing you, LaunchFlows product. These are all the various pieces from a normal product layout. So you could just lay them out in any way you want, and we'll also have some pre-made patterns. That means that you really probably don't need to make a lot of custom sales pages. You'll just make one sales page out of any product. And because you can also get lazy and use one of these pre-baked solutions, you might end up being happy with that as well. So custom products, custom product checkout and sales pages, custom checkout pages anywhere on any post or any lesson or any page, the ability to use pre-made components, mix and match the shortcodes with either Gutenberg or your favorite page builder widgets, saving and sharing across sites, being able to go and get stuff for free, or maybe there'll be some upsell of custom stuff from other contributors as well, either on LaunchFlows or our partner sites. Just some amazingly cool stuff happening, but yet so fast, so simple. Just choose a bunch of checkboxes and type in a couple attributes, which are, by the way, all be documented nicely, because I made that my 2021 goal was to get the documentation up to speed. So all these new features will be here and documented in the shortcodes area and otherwise before the final release is done. It's late. I'm going to go to bed, but I wanted to share this with you, and I would definitely like to hear your comments. I'll see you in the next video.